Hi, this is Mitch Doan, and along with Jamie Richardson, we're your hosts of the Break-Thru Active podcast. We aim to deep dive into health and fitness that will help bring you a better understanding of topics that are of interest to you and can help you on your own journey. If you are enjoying the episodes, we'd love for you to leave us a rating on the platform you listen to your podcasts. Enough from me, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Hello everybody, this is Mitch from the Break-Thru Active podcast. Today I'm going to be talking to you about what to mix with your protein powder. So carrying on from yesterday's conversation about protein powder, I thought this was a good discussion that needed to be had. A lot of the questions that I get around protein powder and protein shakes is what's the best thing to mix it with. So I wanted to discuss a few of the alternatives here today, give you a bit of a list, and then also some of the pros and cons around each of them, so you're better equipped with some more information as to what's going to be the best thing for you to mix it with, depending on what you're after, what you like, and what is going to be easiest for you. So the first one that I feel like needs to be number one is water. So the most boring, no doubt, but it is definitely something that you can mix with your protein powder. A traditional protein shake for people that they have as they're leaving the gym or as they are on the go would normally be mixed with water. So pros of this is that obviously water is 0 extra calories. So that's always a bonus, but it's easy. So you can get water from anywhere. Obviously, it would be nice to have some cold iced water to make it taste a little bit better. But your accessibility and the availability of water is super easy. So that is also one of the benefits of that there. And it gets into your system the fastest. So often at times, if you are having it with something else, which I'll discuss here shortly, it can take a little bit longer for your body to digest and process and get into your system. And I'm pulling at hairs there. So when it comes to water, it gets in your system the fastest, which means it's the most beneficial, but in the long run doesn't make too much difference. But I didn't want to leave that one out because it definitely is a positive for it. Cons, the only real one and the main one is just the taste. It's still very much something that you can drink and you can consume, especially if you have a good quality and good tasting protein powder. But compared to the alternatives that I will discuss here shortly, its taste isn't going to be nearly as nice as some of the other things you can mix it with. The next one, which a lot of people do mix it with, is milk. And there's a few different variations of milk. As you would all be aware. So one that has become more popular here in recent years, and one that we do recommend for some people, is almond milk. So benefits of almond milk: if you do find one that is unsweetened and unflavored, it is going to be very low in calories. So you're looking at about 40 calories per 250 mils of almond milk. So very, very low. If you do find one that is sweetened or flavored, it can be anywhere between about 60 and 100 calories for that 250 ml. So just be mindful of that if you are choosing almond milk, that there is a bit of a difference in the sweetened versus unsweetened and also the flavored. So a pro of that is it does taste a lot better than with water. It gives it a little bit of texture and a little bit more thickness. So that always makes it seem a little bit more like a traditional milkshake. So that's definitely a bonus. It digests and processes in your system quite quickly. And then I guess one of the cons for it is you don't always have availability to almond milk unless you are at home. I mean, I'm sure there are probably some people who could bring it with them, but typically you store it in the fridge or perhaps in the pantry at home, but not something you would always have with you. But definitely a good option. It's obviously not as low a calorie as water, but still if you're coming in around that 40 calorie mark, next to nothing when you look at it in the grand scheme of things for your whole day. And then we've also got full cream milk or light milk or any other type of milk. I won't discuss all of them, but plenty of other variations. And the reason I'm pulling them all together is because typically they are going to be higher in calories compared to that of unsweetened almond milk. So the pro of that is, again, taste. So if you do mix it, I know for myself and for a lot of people, you mix it with full cream milk, and if you get a good tasting and good quality protein powder, which I have and which we recommend for our members, then it is nearly going to taste like a milkshake. So the reason why this is important is I feel like if it is something that people are enjoying, so to the point where you are looking forward to having this protein shake and this protein powder, then you are far more likely to be adhering to your plan which has it in it. It's not going to be something that you buy and then it just stays in the pantry forever, because every time you have it, it tastes like garbage and you don't want to have it again. So there is obviously an element of being able to follow through on your plan to have it consistently. And that's where a full cream milk or a light milk or another type of milk which has some extra calories, it is going to be somewhere between probably 100 and 150 calories, because with that comes a bit of extra fat, a bit of extra sugar, and a bit of extra protein, which is also another one of its benefits and its pros, but obviously higher in calories. So if you are someone that is really trying to stick to a certain amount of calories or trying to manage that, it might not be the best. But in terms of its taste, which then carries over into how often you are going to want to be having them, it's going to be really helpful. So I kind of mentioned it earlier there. The con of that is extra calories and extra fat, extra sugar, but albeit quite minimal. So for people, when I am recommending, I guess, having protein powder, I tell them to have the one that they like the most. And if it just so happens to be full cream milk, then that's cool. Another con of this is the same as the almond milk, is having accessibility and availability to it if you are on the go. But if you are at home or you are at work, good likelihood is you are going to have some milk there. And the third and final one, or fourth and final one, which some of you guys may not have tried. So this is a bit of an extra tip and something that I have done from time to time in the past, not always, but you can actually mix it with juice. Now, you might turn your nose up at that here initially and think that that might be terrible, but as I always say with certain suggestions and foods, try before you can comment on that. So if you mix it with an orange juice or something similar, even if you do have a chocolate, I have found that chocolate and orange goes together really well. So if you are someone that enjoys that fruitier flavour, give that one a try, and then it will taste quite good, in my opinion. So it's similar to a smoothie in the sense that you get that fruity aftertaste and that fruit component of it. It can be something that's really enjoyable, and people again can look forward to it. So the pros of that is, again, the taste. If you like, if you are choosing that, then you are someone that enjoys juice, so it is going to be something you're more likely to have. And then the cons of that is, with juice comes higher calories, comes higher sugar. So if you are someone managing your calories, probably not the best way to approach things. And then also the availability to it as well. Don't always have juice on hand. I did leave out smoothies. Obviously, mixing it up mixing your protein powder up in smoothies with fruit and everything else is something that a lot of people do. I feel like that's a bit of its own its own folder and its own element there, because if you are someone who's making smoothies, then it's more of a meal as opposed to something on the go. So we will talk about smoothies in other times, but for these ones I wanted it just to be quick and easy. If you are someone who's got a blender and frozen fruit and very creative with that, then knock yourself out and make all types of smoothies. We have a booklet available with our 12 favourite smoothies, so if you would like that, make sure you comment below and we can send that one through to you if you haven't got it already. But apart from that, just wanted to share some information about the other bits and pieces around the other things you can mix it with. So just to rehash quickly, water, and then we got milk, both almond milk, full cream milk, and the rest of those types there, and then you also have juice as well. So in my opinion, I think the best thing to mix it with would be milk, and the reason being is you do get some other good quality vitamins and minerals from milk, especially if you are having like a full cream milk there. Get some extra protein in it as well. So if you are someone that isn't really calorie conscious, I think that would be your best option, as long as you aren't lactose intolerant, of course. If you are someone who is, managing calories and managing things a little closer, then you're probably going to want to mix it with an almond milk or even a water there. But if you haven't already, try it out with juice and let me know what you think. So I'll leave it there for today. Thanks for listening, guys, and talk to you on the next one. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If there is a topic you'd like us to discuss that we haven't already, please make sure you reach out in Facebook Messenger and we'll do our best to cover it in the upcoming episodes. For those of you enjoying the podcast, we'd love for you to like, subscribe and leave us a rating. It really helps us grow and spread the good word. Hoping you're all having a great day, and we'll be sure to see you on the next one.